Did you know that paying your property taxes in Champaign County can literally be as quick and easy as clicking a button? Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to guide you through a totally seamless online process for handling your property taxes. Seriously, by the end of our time together, you're going to know exactly how to bypass those agonizingly long lines and frustrating paperwork delays forever.
Modernizing how you pay your taxes is an absolute game changer for saving time and stress. We live in an era where we manage practically all of our bills digitally, right? Yet so many property owners are still out there writing physical checks, dropping them in the mail, and just hoping they arrive on time. Taking control of this process from the comfort of your couch isn't just about convenience. It's about getting that instant, ironclad verification that your obligations are completely met.
So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with understanding your property taxes, then move on to preparing to pay online, walk through a step-by-step payment guide, and finally, I'll share some extra tips and insights.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Understanding Your Property Taxes. Let's get the fundamentals down first.
Okay, so here is a really crucial piece of the puzzle. In Illinois, property is assessed annually at exactly 33.33%, or basically one-third of its fair market value. To put that into perspective, if your home's true market value is $300,000, your tax-assessed value is only $100,000. Your local tax rate is then applied to that lower assessed amount. Understanding this one-third rule is absolutely the very first step in making sense of your annual statement.
And let me tell you, those statements are nothing to sneeze at. With the median tax bill sitting at nearly $4,400, the stakes here are pretty high. These property taxes are what fund our schools, our local government, and essential public services. Because we're talking about substantial balances here, understanding your deadlines and the pretty severe penalties for paying late is absolutely vital to protect your wallet. You definitely do not want to accidentally inflate this bill just because of a missed due date.
Moving on to Section 2. Let's talk about preparation and gathering exactly what you need before you go online.
Now, I want you to pay close attention here, because this brilliantly illustrates what I like to call the great state mix-up. You see, there is a Champaign County in Illinois and a Champaign County in Ohio. You have got to confirm you are in the Illinois portal. Illinois uses a system called DevNet Wedge. If you accidentally end up in the Ohio system, which runs on a platform called Point and Pay, you are making a massive geographical error and you might completely miss your actual deadlines. So always double-check for that DevNet Wedge logo.
So, what do you need handy before you start? First and foremost, grab your 12-digit parcel index number, or PIN. It's by far the most accurate way to look up your account. If you don't have it, no worries. You can use your exact property address or your name, but it has to be exactly as it appears on your official tax bill. And finally, make sure you have your bank routing numbers or credit card info securely right in front of you.
Okay, Part 3. This is the main event, our step-by-step payment guide.
If you follow these 4 straightforward steps, you'll breeze through the site and process your payment in literal minutes. You're going to start by entering your PIN on that DevNet Wedge search page to pull up your property. Next, navigate over to the payment portal, select how you want to pay, and, I cannot stress this enough, record that final confirmation number before you even think about closing your browser window. Now, I do want to point out a very common hurdle. If you're searching by your address instead of your PIN, keep in mind that the system database is super strict. It completely prohibits punctuation and directional words. This trips people up all the time. For instance, if you live at 600 North Kohler Avenue, you actually have to drop the north and just type 600 Kohler Ave. No periods, no commas. It's a slightly quirky rule, but knowing it right now will save you a ton of frustration.
All right, once you're logged in, you've got to choose how to pay, and it's time to talk fees. Using an e-check, where you just type in your checking account and routing number, is incredibly cost-effective. It's a flat fee of just 95 cents. On the flip side, using a credit or debit card comes with a percentage-based convenience fee of 2.25%. Think about it. On a typical $4,000 tax bill, that credit card fee can easily top $90. So the e-check is for sure the insider's choice for saving some cash.
But hey, here is a really critical warning about that e-check. You must be incredibly careful when typing in your bank numbers. If your payment gets rejected, whether it's just a simple typo or maybe non-sufficient funds, it instantly triggers a flat $30 penalty from the treasurer's office. And worse, your tax payment is completely voided the second that happens, which means you could simultaneously get hit with massive late fees. So double and triple check those digits.
Almost done. Section 4. Some additional tips and insights to help you avoid those pesky late fees.
When it comes to taxes, timing is literally everything. Look how quickly things can escalate if you wait. In Illinois, your property taxes are split into 2 equal installments, usually due around June 3rd and September 3rd. But circle September 30th on your calendar. On that exact date, all online payment methods are strictly shut down. If you miss that cutoff, you have to pay in person with cash or certified funds. And if you let it slide past October 30th, your delinquent taxes are actually sold off at an annual tax sale, triggering an incredibly complex, expensive nightmare to get your property back.
So what actually happens if you miss those summer deadlines but manage to pay before the fall cutoff? Well, you get hit with a statutory interest penalty of 1.5%, and that's added for every single month or even a fraction of a month that you're late. It compounds incredibly fast. That's why it is absolutely crucial to grab your phone right now and schedule some calendar reminders for late May and late August.
A few final rapid-fire tips. Always save that final confirmation screen. Take a screenshot, print it out, whatever works. Second, take a look at your statement and verify you're getting the general homestead exemption. If you qualify, that exemption can legally lower your assessed value by $6,000 just because you live in your own home. And finally, if you ever get stuck, the local tax office is actually super helpful. You can call them directly at 217-384-3743.
And that brings us to our conclusion. Let's recap how to take total control of this process.
By making sure you're in the right state portal, navigating the DevNet Wedge system with your PIN, and choosing that 95-cent e-check option, you are going to save time, avoid steep penalties, and completely take control of your responsibilities. There's honestly no reason to ever stand in a long line at the Treasurer's office again.
Just one last thing before we go, a quick disclaimer. As with anything government-related, tax processes, fee structures, and exact dates can and do change due to yearly policy updates. Always verify the latest information on the official Champaign County website, or just consult directly with local tax authorities to make sure you have the absolute most accurate information for your situation. So, knowing all of this, what digital tool are you going to use right now to set an ironclad reminder for your next tax installment? Thanks for learning with us, and we'll see you in the next explainer.